So, a trailer has come out recently for a movie that we are all awaiting for, and obviously, I am talking about Tron Ares. Oh, just kidding, just kidding. I honestly can't even believe they're fucking doing that. Like, why do they think that, like, and here's the thing. To me, my problem with it is not the fact that it's a Tron movie. I love Tron Legacy. This is essentially a sequel to that, but not really. Because I think the only returning character is Jeff Bridges' character, and even then, he kind of looks bad. He almost kind of looks like CGI'd in. Did Jeff Bridges pass away? Is he still alive? Because he looked so weird in the trailer. We're not gonna talk about Tron Harry's all that much. I just want to see. Now that I'm thinking about it, like, did Jeff Bridges pass away, or am I just like, no, he didn't. No, he's still working. I don't know why he looks so bad in that trailer then. I don't know why. It almost looks like he's CGI'd in. Maybe he didn't want to show up. Maybe he didn't want to share a stage with Jared Leto. I mean, I understand why. The movie, it looks weird to me. I don't really care all that much for the concept of what if the Tron universe came to, like, the real world, whatever. But moving forth with a trailer that actually came out recently that honestly I don't think a lot of people are even talking about, but honestly I'm excited for it just for the fact that I feel like it's trying to fix the mistakes of the first one. Now, I did not care for the first Mortal Kombat movie. Now, I'm not talking about the one from the 90s. I love the 90s Mortal Kombat movie, even though it's weird in a lot of instances. Like, for some reason, Scorpions, like, the spear, I forget what the weapon's actually called, but like the thing that comes out of his wrist. For some reason, it's like alive and like a creature and not like an actual weapon like it's supposed to be. It's a weird movie, but I still love it. And I definitely love it a lot better than the new one that came out, even though I feel like there are better fights, like the one he has against Sub-Zero at the end, Scorpion and Sub-Zero. But there's so much weird going on in that movie. Like, they all get superpowers for some reason in the movie. Like, I guess Jax has a superpower of making his metallic arms bigger. I don't care for what they did with it. Also, for some reason, like, they tried to set up like Kano, he'll turn. Everyone knows that Kano was gonna turn into a bad guy. I don't even know why they would waste time on that. Like, with the first Mortal Kombat movie, they just threw you in. Yeah, like, Kano is this guy with an eye laser. He's like a cyborg guy. They didn't have to explain it. They didn't have to make him into a fucking superhero to do it. I didn't care for the first one also because, like, they just threw in a original character for no reason. Like, instead of just making the main character Liu Kang like it should have been, like how Mortal Kombat should be treated with Liu Kang as the main character, for some reason it was some guy named Cole who was a descendant of Scorpion. I don't know why they needed to make that a whole thing. They could have just had like Scorpion be under like mind control and he was a bad guy who eventually saves the day at the end. But whatever. We are getting a sequel to the movie though. The trailer came out at the time of this recording today. And it's pretty cool. I don't care much for the look of it. We're not gonna watch the full trailer just to avoid like copyright shit and that. And again, I already seen it, so like whatever. Like, it doesn't look bad. I just wish, honestly, I just kind of wish it was a little more colorful in some scenes. Like, this one is fine. This one, I don't know. I just don't really care for the. I mean, this is also a good look, but I understand what they're trying to go for here. It's like, fucking what's the species name that Baraka's from? I forget, but it's like, the Baraka and his race. Like, this is where they live in the wastelands and shit like that. So this like fits, but everything else it looks fine. That's the thing. But I do like the idea that they're finally actually doing like a Mortal Kombat tournament, because like the first movie was all about the setup to it. That was it. Like, it was a setup to the tournament, and then it just kind of ended like, well, we're gonna do a tournament at some point, and we're also gonna get Johnny Cage. But yeah, I like what they are. Like, I like certain elements of this trailer, like how Johnny Cage is like a 90s actor who just never was able to, like, break out of that ceiling. Like, he just was forever just a 90s action guy, and that's how he's treated in this movie. And I like that too, because I feel like Johnny Cage, he's not that much of like a good character who fits in like modern cinema, in my opinion. So like making him like, oh, he's a guy who's essentially just stuck in like the 90s action movie trope, I really do like, and it makes sense for Carl Urban to be portraying him then if they wanted to go for an older Johnny Cage, because like I like Carl Urban. He's a little too old to play Johnny Cage, but if you're gonna go with again the failed '90s actor, then yeah, I think it works really well. I honestly don't even know who else would probably be able to play Johnny Cage that well, because I feel like Carl Urban is like a perfect casting. Again, it's just like the age thing. But like thinking of like younger actors, maybe I just don't know that many younger actors who could fit a Johnny Cage role. But like none of them come to mind, those that I do know. But yeah, I'm excited for this. He seems to be the main character. Oh, also we get like a very accurate Raiden look. He looks, I don't know, did he look like this? I feel like he didn't look like this in the first movie. I don't it doesn't feel like he actually wore this. No, it seems like it's very like muted. Yeah. But no, we have like a very accurate Raiden this time. And I like it even though he sticks out like a sore thumb. I kind of wish they would have kept this up of like, you know, Johnny's look and Sonya's look. But whatever. Overall, it looks decent. We get Katana in here, that's cool. I think Jade, as we saw earlier, she's in the movie. Yep. There she is. I don't know, was she in the last one? I feel like she was. I know like Melina was, which was weird. But yeah, we get Jax again. Shao Kahn's gonna be in this movie. I want to see where he pops up. If there's like a frame. Here he is. You can see like his glowing red eyes. I feel like he's not gonna be the big bad. He's just gonna be in the background. So it's like something they can tease for the third movie if they decide to do that. But I'm interested. Also, we do get this cool sequence here, and this is probably the only like scene I'm gonna show. But we get Scorpion. He's kind of like Spider-Man slinking with his weapons. That's cool. Like, you know, I think what is it? They're in the. This is NetherRealm, right? I keep forgetting. Like, Outworld is where Shao Kahn lives, right? And I think the NetherRealm is essentially hell. I think this is the NetherRealm. I might be wrong. It's been a while since I caught up on my Mortal Kombat lore. I used to be really into it in high school, but now, you know, over the passage of time, and the fact that I haven't been playing the games recently, like ever since post X, I think it was like what? It was 11 then 1? It wasn't like, you know, I think it was 11 and then 1, or did they just call one Mortal Kombat again? I don't know. But I think this is the NetherRealm, and we get to see him fight Noob Saibot, which to me I was like, oh, are they gonna do like the second Sub-Zero since they killed off the first one? But no, they're just gonna do Noob Saibot. And I have looked at the casting for this. Apparently there is nobody cast for the second Sub-Zero role. Maybe they think it's too soon. Who knows? Maybe we'll get it in like a post-credit scene of them teasing, oh, like there's gonna be a second Sub-Zero, you know. I think it's like Wai Kiang. I think that's what. Goddamn, I don't remember their names fully. Goddamn it. But yeah, his brother, Bihan's younger brother, he eventually takes up Sub-Zero. But I don't think he's gonna be in this one. There hasn't been any casting or rumors from what I've seen, so I think this is gonna be it. It's gonna be Scorpion versus Noob Saibot, which is pretty cool. It's not a fight that I feel like you get to see that much from like Mortal Kombat media. Like, despite the fact that like Scorpion should only have a problem with Bihan, I mean, he doesn't even really have a problem with the second Sub-Zero. Like, that's something that I feel like some people forget, is that like with Scorpion, he doesn't hate the second one because like the second one didn't do anything to him. The younger brother, it was Bihan who like killed his. Well, he didn't actually kill his family because that was like Quan Chi's illusion. It gets really weird, but like he does like and does become friends with the second one, and that's before the reboot, anyways. Like before they reboot it, like even then they still like have a good partnership, even though the second one hates Scorpion for killing his brother. So I wonder when they're gonna do that. If they'll introduce it in this movie and they're just keeping it a secret. But I feel like with the focus mostly being on Johnny Cage, we're probably not gonna get that much exploration. I feel like this is just gonna be a fight that takes place within the tournament. Maybe not like an official match. Maybe like Noob Saibot causes Scorpion to be eliminated from the tournament, and then they fight in NetherRealm. It's gonna be interesting. You know, I love Mortal Kombat, always have. You know, I'm a little rusty on my lore, Probably need to get back to track on that, but I'm interested to see where this one goes. Again, I was very disappointed with the first one because it was just like, let's introduce this character who has no connection to this universe. Let's make him an important plot point, and let's just like not do anything from the original. Like, and here's the thing: I feel like if you can take a franchise and do a cool spin on it, that's fine. It just didn't work with the first Mortal Kombat movie, with the first new one that came out like a couple years ago. I just don't feel like it actually worked. I feel like it was a letdown. I feel like if they would have just stuck with the like original concept of Mortal Kombat of just like, here's this tournament, all these fighters end up there through some different methods, whether it's Sonya tracking down Kano, whether it's Johnny Cage just being invited, or Liu Kang, being raised on this story of like, we need to do Mortal Kombat or else Shao Kahn will rule the human world. Like, I feel like they could have just kept that. And they didn't. They made it like, oh, they all have superpowers. And then there's another team of bad guys who are gonna stop them. And also, Cabal is there already, and he's the one who turns Kano into the dark side. Because for some reason, Kano was a good guy at the start. I don't know. It's a weird movie. It has good qualities. I did like Kano a lot in that movie. And it has a really cool Scorpion Sub-Zero fight at the end, and a really cool fight at the beginning before Hanzo even becomes Scorpion. But like, that's it. The rest of the movie is just like, okay. Again, I feel like it spends way too much time on cool, of all people. And to me, it's just like a big downgrade from like even the first 90s movie, which is just very silly, but that's what Mortal Kombat should be. Okay, to me, Mortal Kombat should be silly, in a way. Like, you can have like some serious moments, but Mortal Kombat is essentially just like a big old mashup of a bunch of different like action movie tropes when you really think about it in a fighting game. Like, you have the military people with Sonya and Jax, you got the movie star with Johnny, you got the ninjas, you got all like the different tropes, and they're all just mashed together. The kung fu guy with Liu Kang. I'm definitely very interested in this movie. I just wish that, I feel like with a lot of media, they're more willing to go into the silliness factor of it. I mean, we saw that with like Superman recently, which was really good. But I wish with Mortal Kombat, that's the biggest, my biggest problem with like, the movie that came out recently and with this trailer is that it just feels like they're also just trying to make it too much like a serious, toned down, grounded movie. And it's like, it should be silly though. It's Mortal Kombat. Like, I don't understand. Like, it can be silly and gory. There's no problem with that. I don't understand why they're trying to make this into like serious movies. Again, it's why I like the first one so much. They just played into like the elements of the game that worked, even if it was super silly. Like, it went full force into the source material. Where with this one, it almost feels like they're kind of ashamed of it. Even though, again, there are elements that I like, but the elements that I very much don't like about, from what I've seen from this trailer in the first movie, is the parts where they're just like, let's not do what the source material does. So yeah, I'm a little worried about this movie just because, I didn't think the first one was that good, but if they are willing to delve a little bit more into the silliness, or if they just make it fun in general, like if they just have a lot of cool action scenes, like that's it. Like, again, I don't need an overcomplicated story, like where I felt like the first one went wrong with like the superpowers and shit like that with Cole and the family blood or whatever. Like, to me, that was just like, it's way too stuffed with something. You can just keep it simple, and as long as the fights are fun, that's all you need. That's all I really have to say. Again, I'm going to check it out. I believe it comes out sometime in October 24th. Hopefully I can go see it. Maybe not. I probably won't try to see it like the weekend of, not because I think that like the theater is gonna be packed for this movie, but mostly just because I don't know, I'm not gonna go run to go see it, but if I can find time to go see it, I definitely will. But that's all I really gotta say. Hello everyone, thank you for watching today's video. If you would like to see other videos like this, please leave a like and subscribe down below. If you would like to see me talk about more political stuff, then you can check out my main channel, Fruity Soar. And if you would like to see me play video games, I have a channel called Fruity Soar Gaming where you can check out those videos there. Anyways, That's all I have for today, and I will see you all next time.